Good. Hi guys, how are you? It's Michelle from Movementlesson, and I can't thank you enough for being here and working with me. And I want to talk about vision and development. Now, I would like to actually do a couple of lives on this. It's a really big passion of mine because my son used to be legally blind, and he has complications due to a massive infection in his face that happened over years, etc. So I'm a user of Movementlesson, and I'm a user of modalities. I mean, I drove all over the place, went to countries to help, and I'm sure a lot of you are, and that's the benefit of YouTube. When your child has vision issues, it comes in two forms. One can be structure, meaning I need glasses being the most obvious. I might have an eye that turns in, so like my right eye right now is coming in, so I have an alignment issue. And I also can have damage either into the eye, the nerve, or the brain. So that's the structure, the body structure. But now I could also have what I call functional movement, or movement with vision and function. Meaning, if I can't turn my head like this, right? Well, I'm not going to be able to look to the side, what we call as peripheral vision. And if I'm not stable enough to look up, what you see is back arching. Really is your child trying to look up, balance to a point, and they won't be able to. Why? Because they can't do this and look up. They have to look up because the eyes aren't going past the horizon. Which again, is that structure or is it function? A baby or a child, a toddler, is not going to do anything, especially with vision, that is difficult or hurts them, right? That is the same vocabulary. So in other words, if you wake up in the morning and you've got a bad shoulder, you've slept wrong, we've all done it. We still have to take care of our house. We have to go to work. We have to do all these things. We can't just call in sick every time it's like, oh, I can't drive the car because I can't move my head this way. But a child is different. In a sense, they're more intelligent than we are. They're not going to go beyond that. And also where they're not going to go beyond is when they can't compare. That's when learning actually happens. So at first, your baby is just experiencing the world, the toddler. Electrical socket is just as much fun as a ball, right? We're the ones that say, no, that's not a good idea. And we start giving them that. But real learning comes by comparison, meaning I can't say that I don't like broccoli until maybe I've compared it to chocolate, let's say. And that being vast, but that's where the comparisons come into play. When your child has issues with vision, they can't compare. They've got what they've got. So in other words, I might not be able to see you. I can get a shape of you, or I can see your outline. So I have directionality, let's say, but that doesn't mean I can see you, or especially those details where I can get in. Those are the things you want to look at with your child. And if you're not sure, and especially if your child has any concerns for delays, please work with an ophthalmologist first of all, because you want to understand the structure. The structure of the eye, the brain, even the jaw could affect, if that flat head can affect the structure of your vision, okay? And now that flat heads are getting more and more of occurrence, they can come into play, not all the time, just as much as a torticollis, let's say, can come into play possibly with your child's vision. When you start saying, oh, they prefer only look to the right, they're not getting any kind of visual movements or bodily movements to the other side. And though you might think, oh, it doesn't matter, they're only 3 months old, they can wait till rolling over. But a lot of these developments comes into play, why? With their vision. If your child's not looking over here, well, they're not going to roll over. And even in this way, it'll be very difficult to roll over because the head is too low. Their vision is too low, all right? All the milestones come into play using vision. It's, ooh, I see something. Wow, I've come up to sitting, let's say. And that's how vision comes into play. Now, to understand more of this, because it's a lot, especially when you have concerns for your child's future, in any stance, I do have a great free course called Vision and Your Child, and I'll figure out how to put the link below, but if not, it's on movementlesson.academy. It's in my store, but it's free. I have a lot of free videos and courses, just like I'm doing here. Again, I wish I had me when my son was going through all of this. I did have to step up for the cause, but it was a lot of field work, and hopefully I've taken a lot of that out of that for you, and that's what I'm just trying to do, is to make everyone's life a little bit easier, because especially with all that's going on now, that's what we all appreciate right now, is having life a little bit easier. I can't stress enough first, though, that with COVID, your child's safety is first. When I say go to the doctor, when your child is at risk going to the doctor, then we have to make a consideration that it's not a medical necessity. But I can't stress enough how much vision can come into play with your child's future. If you, let's say, and I see it all the time, see, I can tell vision in, like, say, the back. When I'm working on the child, I can immediately tell. I can almost do a full diagnosis. I'm not a doctor, but I can feel, because every movement within the filament of the eyes goes through the fine motor skills within the spine. So again, I can feel that correlation that's going on, and it's absolute, because everything in the body has to counter. So if I look up, right, I have to counter part of my body. Now you and we can just look up. That counter is very subtle because we're adults. But with a baby, this is why they move so much, because everything has to counter, and it seems much more movement-based, but dramatic in a sense. You can really see it. One of the things I've been studying, again, is space travel, and the astronauts too. Everything that I'm telling you, they have no peripheral vision. They really have difficulties with their vision, and their vision breaks down quite quickly in outer space. So when you're working with your child, or you're not sure, you're going to want to make sure that they're successful in the right eye as well as the left eye, with the eyes working together, right? And then the eyes working in coordination with the body. At a young age, the eyes should not be separate from the body. Everything that the head does, the eyes do. Around 10.5 months to a year, you'll start to see that separation of the eyes with the body, and that's where you're going on from that. I'd love to entertain you with some more lives. If you need help with your child and you want to look at their global movement, Facebook, Movement Lesson for Parents and Practitioners, I'm there for you. We have a very active group. Matter of fact, in about a half hour, I'm going live, and I'm doing free video reviews. I review people that have concerns for whatever level of their child's care. I offer my advice because I look at the whole picture, the vision and the body and how it moves together. So again, if I have bad balance, right, and I'm over here trying to balance myself, I can't see you. And it doesn't mean that my eyes can't see you, but it's the body within the eyes can't see you. And a child will protect the balance. They don't want to fall. They're not going to put themselves in a position to fall to see. Imagine yourself on a ladder right now, and if I were shaking it and I was asking you to learn Russian, your brain can't do both. The balance will come first. You'll say, let me get down off the ladder, and I'll say, das vidanya. But still, you can't do those things when your body is compromised. When your child is developing, and especially developing with a false positive because they think they see you, which again, this is convergence and I'm looking at you, but now imagine that I'm doing this. Again, you can see my eyes going a little bit cross. I can't see you when they're that way, or if my eyes start to separate. So what you're seeing is my eyes going straight. The jaw tends to drop. You see that a lot with, quote, autism, where it's not being checked, where it is actually a vision issue. I hope this helps you. I'd love to entertain more lives. Leave your comments below. Say vision, if you want more vision. And guess what? If you want more cerebral palsy, say cerebral palsy. Oh, I forgot. I'm a kids channel or not a kids channel. You can't leave comments. I will leave comments below, but please join my group, Movement Lesson for Parents and Practitioners. More so, please, vision in your child. And share this with someone that can help with their vision and just to make stronger. Remember, the best gift you can give your child is movement, and that's what Movement Lesson offers. See you later. Thanks.